It's different from what I imagined. I stumbled into this a bit naively. I had a few ideas on how the village could get ahead.
Christiane Schaffenberg is from Germany. At 70 years old, she's tackling a new project. She's the mayor of a dying Spanish village. Why is she doing it, and what are her plans? La Cierva lies 230 kilometers to the east of Madrid in Castile, central Spain. The village has 22 residents left. It once was home to over 400. It still has mail service, a mobile baker, and a doctor who passes by once a week. But the country road comes to a dead end here. And yet there's always something that needs the mayor's attention. Today it's these women wanting the key for the chapel. Christiane organizes things like repairs and maintenance, waste disposal and restoration work on the water line. She does it voluntarily, and it's far from easy.
There's something real at stake, the village itself. I'm doing this because I see how needed it is to keep the village alive and worth living in.
Back in Germany, Christiane was a school principal. It was her love of nature that brought her and her husband to this remote area. Now she's trying to keep La Cierva alive. It's just one of many villages across Spain on the verge of disappearing.
You could probably find niches here to make a living, but people want to live in the city, where the supermarket is within walking distance and you can go shopping until 10 at night. For people from here, that's quality of life.
But that's not true for all people here. Maria Jesus has been passionately herding sheep for 20 years. She and Christiane are friends and share a love for life in the countryside.
I like it here. I was born and raised here. I work here. I don't find life here hard.
This is Yorleni from Honduras. She's 32 years old and owns the local bar. Together with her son, she significantly lowered the average age in town. Before moving here, she lived in Madrid.
I had 3 jobs in Madrid. I could hardly take care of my son, and my income wouldn't even cover rent for an apartment.
She came here a year ago. She's grateful for Christiane's dedication. To help Yorleni's son get to school, the mayor even arranged for a school bus to once again stop in La Cierva.
The school bus picks up my son here and brings him back again. And in Madrid, I had to pay 160 to 180 euros for school lunch. I don't need to do that here. That's a big help for a single mom like myself.
Of all people, it's an immigrant who's brought new life to the village. Officials are pleased, despite Christiane having run for office as a member of Partido Popular. Spain's major conservative party has formed alliances with the xenophobic Vox party in some areas. But Christiane says no one should be excluded. That goes for political parties too.
I think the way the parties are developing is very bad. It's like we're already fighting a civil war in our minds. We say, I won't talk to him anymore. I'm an educator. I always taught my students, if we can't talk to each other anymore, we can't make peace.
There's plenty to talk about. Here in the village, more and more buildings are falling apart. And over half of the villages in the area have less than 100 residents left. Javier Lopez Capape is in town to help the village apply for government aid, a service his association offers communities all over Spain.
We have an administrative issue because this area stretches across 3 provinces, 2 autonomous regions. These never come to an agreement, which means villages and their residents don't get ample funding, support they all urgently need.
It's clear to me that Spain probably won't manage to fund tourism here the way I'd like to see it. And I'm asking around everywhere.
That's why Yorleni and her bar are very important for the village and Christiane's plans. It's a win-win situation.
I feel good here so far. I grew up in a similar environment until I was 18, so I almost feel like I'm in my own country.
But La Cierva will need many more newcomers to survive. That's Cristiana's key goal. She considers it a plus that she's not from here herself.
I don't owe anyone a favor. And that's also a relief for my work at the town hall. It's good to have people from outside. They don't have to be all the way from Germany.
Cristiana has been in office for 3 years. She can't say yet whether she'll run again next year. She hadn't realized how tough it would be fighting for La Cierva's future.